Who could forget May 18th, 2024, Tyson Fury versus Flushing Flash, King Rod.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Flushing, Queens.
Not too many seats to be had. So here we go. Should be a good one. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Just misses with that uppercut. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter. There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. And he scores with the counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Kelly in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it can...
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come.
I got to stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm, because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Kelly in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
The bell rings and we start the third. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Defense is not an option for these two. Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Oh, and this is really going to rub him the wrong way. He threw a punch and just got countered. Catch and shoot. His stamina is off the charts. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Kelly in that last round. There's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to cut you off.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The straight right just misses. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. The jab doesn't quite connect. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. The straight right just misses. Perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And the kid goes down. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, and we continue.
Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be... Here's the bell to start round 5. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation is how you are going to deal with this.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Can't land that jab. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Just misses with that jab. A perfect counter shot. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Kelly in that last round. Here we go in the 6th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You'd like to see more jabs. Oh, a little rope-a-dope here. His stamina is off the charts. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice counter-punch right up the middle. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Just missed with that jab. Straight right hand. Once he dropped his gloves, he got caught. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Kelly in that last round. And there's the bell for round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
That uppercut does not score. The jab just got blocked. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This round's... Hold that thought! Kevin Kelly just got rocked. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. How much cardio was put in for the... Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That counter shot lands. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Good counter punching. That hook was off target. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Those counter punches have to hurt. Holding nothing back here in the round. Missing with the hook. The only fear you have with this lightweight is has he punched himself out? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, that hate the grind, the sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say what I can key in combination. Keep it goal and high sight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night, night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever band on mine and keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. They will love you when you shining, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all that hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, that time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, if I had a penny for everyone doubted me, I'll make $1 million a month off a salary. Picture me rolling, go look at the gallery. I've been eating now, look at the calories. No, I've been out up on the road, trying to make it to my goals. Had a lot of friends in the past when I quit on me, had a fold. I remember being told, son, don't ever say it's so. For the girls, for the cars, for the fame, for the riches, for the gold. Yeah, I've been chasing material things, I've been chasing my dreams. Stay close to the team, I don't ever need no reason to leave. Heard the birds in the trees, telling me it is a breeze. As you can see, I do it with ease, wanna make it them believe. That time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, one time for the one time, off rebound, I reground. In the meantime, I stack up, this win my reward. Motivation, all that hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation.
There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
And now it's time. It's the Pac-Man, making his way to the ring, a man that doesn't even need an introduction, an absolute legend. What hasn't Pac-Man done? One of the most recognizable The babyface assassin. It doesn't matter the weight class. Bantamweight, super bantam, featherweight, super featherweight, or lightweight. He's held world titles.
This battle.
Well, I hope you brought your... These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Hook was off target. Beautiful counter punch. Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
So Todd, let me explain to you. We are outside. Nobody can turn the temperature down. Nobody can turn the sun down. When that sun's beating on you, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you get hit, when you get hurt, there's no cool fight that's dropping in there. This is where it's real fighting, fight on fight.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Good counter punch. He scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Which fighter will say no mas? That right uppercut misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Get your mind back, get your focus back.
And there's the bell to start round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter brings a barrage of punches. They won't let you breathe. It's like fighting a hornet's nest.
Oh, man, you've got a swarm in your face. You've got to try and push him up, make him go into the rope. You've got to sometimes fight fire with fire. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Get him angry.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light, concentrate.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round.
Get your boxing back together.
There's the bell to start round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? The straight right just misses. A perfect counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Counter punching. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Can't land the jab there. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow.
Get this boxing back together.
Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
How about that time counter shot? Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Marco Antonio Barrera is on the canvas. You up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Where did that come from? What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Talk about Barrera in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after on to the fifth we go. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
His stamina is off the charts. Barrera might be going down. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
Not the best start, Bob. You know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Talk about Barrera in that last round. What are you doing? This is the beginning of round 6. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Oh, and this is really going to rub them the wrong way. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Insane action. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both men step back for just a moment. I guess showboating is part of their plan. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Okay, focus. Focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths.
Great work. Stay focused. Don't let back into the fight. Great round.
Come on, you want to win this fight? Right. You're starting to make mistakes, and you're switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused. Get your mind back on the job. Get back out there and win the round.
Here comes round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. You play, never burn.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Good one. I want to think of holding on here for a minute. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second,
Round 8, and we're off again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
Holding nothing back here in the round. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. And Barrera is rocked. Impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
A shot from the gods took him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to me.
No surprise.
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous, I'm ready for comeback. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But even you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we give it a task, it's so apparent I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know that aim rain's heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage.
I'm Todd Grisham, and you could not have chosen a better venue for this one. We're at the Lighthouse Theater. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. And here he is, Terrence Crawford. And he weighed in at an even 61 kilos. He is 173 centimeters tall with a reach of 188. And he'll be facing King Ryan Garcia. And here he is, King Ryan Garcia. They also call him Flash, fighting out of Los Angeles, California, some of the fastest hands in all of boxing.
Look at this, these fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion.
And this one has all of those big fight feels. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They both want the knockout. Beautiful counter shot. These two fighters are made for one another. Those counter punches have to hurt. It is standing room only. Every seat has been sold in this amazing theater.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
There's a counter shot. Nice counter shot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This is some of the best action I've seen, and hold that thought! Terrence Crawford just got rocked. How did they not go down?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those...
Whoa, Johnny! Crawford is dazed! And it appears they're out of trouble. Did you see that? Crawford's legs are all over the... Crawford got hit hard and down he goes! And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
I've got to see that again.
Talk about Crawford in that last round. You've got to wonder how big... And there's the bell for round 2. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. No rest for the weary. Swing and a miss with that jab. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that made the history of our sport.
trying to let it all hang out here in this round. How about that time counter shot? Can't score with that hook again. Jab misses. That right uppercut misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford and there's the bell for round 3. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter shot lands. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Counter shot. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than equal.
Beautiful counter punch. Big shot, and down goes Garcia. Blew up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to...
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
They exchange punches. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Misses with the straight left. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter. Perfect punch. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Stamina is off the charts. scorecards are going to be all... And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
I need to see that.
So time to go celebrate after a...